Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. This is your monthly update to Flesh and Blood sales on TCG Player. The death of Flesh and Blood investing is widely exaggerated. You can see the take up of Welcome to Wraith Unlimited boxes actually increased in the last month. People are quietly coming into the market, eating up these old boxes, these Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, and Crucible Unlimited boxes. They're steadily eating them up while the market is depressed, while prices is down. Now, the interesting thing is the Arcane Rising prices actually bumped back up to $100 a box. It's such a popular product. It's arguably more popular than Welcome to Wraith. I mean, people are willing to buy it at these rates at $100 a box, where Welcome to Wraith has come down to $60 a box. You have to kind of remember that Welcome to Wraith being the first set, LSS made the decision intentionally to make it a more basic set and to slowly roll out game mechanics over the first several expansions, all the way up into Monarch. And so I think some people kind of regard Welcome to Wraith as a simpler product that's maybe not as interesting. But what's definitely interesting to me is even with the markets depressed, with the world ending, with Flesh and Blood investing being dead, with the game being a scam that's going to zero, the quiet investors are still in here steadily buying up boxes all month long. And really, the people who have left the market are not the Flesh and Blood investors. It's the box breakers, the speculators, the flippers. It's those people who have left because the free, easy money is gone. And now it's a matter of patience and long-term investment. And I think all of these products are going to do great long-term. So looking over at Monarch First Edition and Unlimited, the blue line for First Edition, you can see it finally surpassed in cumulative sales. It surpassed Monarch Unlimited in this time period. And again, this is the effect of investors coming in. Obviously, when you can get an Unlimited box for about $60, you're not going to pay $110 for a First Edition box unless this is an investment. So the investors are still active here. They're still steadily buying. This is still a great product. Going on over to Tales of Aria. Not much interesting to report here. You know, this $25 price difference between Unlimited and First Edition has really held up strong the whole life of the product that I've been following it. And people are willing to pay that extra $25 to get the First Edition boxes instead of the Unlimited boxes, and you can tell that they're looking for those cold foils. They're looking for the long-term investment opportunity, but most of them are willing to pay that bit of a premium for those extra things, whether they're opening them or not. Now, here's the bad news for Flesh and Blood. If we take Everfest First Edition and Uprising and we put them on a plot of their life cycles where we have this vertical line being the release date for each product respectively, so we can compare them at the same time in each of their respective life cycles, we see that Uprising is way underperforming Everfest. And this is pretty bad. I mean, this is 40% lower sales at the same point in their life cycle, even though their price is basically exactly the same. Both of them were selling for $80 a box at this point in their life cycle, and yet 40% fewer boxes of Uprising have been sold than Everfest First Edition. And this is something I said last month, that we didn't have enough data when I delivered these results for the previous month. Uprising had only been in full release for about 5 days, and so it was difficult at that time to say what its performance really looked like. But here we get a clear view 40 days post-release, and man, it's bad. So definitely doesn't speak well for the set. I don't know what it says for the game as a whole. I don't know what it says in the context of the Cruel Summer. So let's take a look at History Pack. This is kind of interesting. We'll switch it back over to just dates. There we go. And so, as expected, History Pack selling very badly. And like I've said in previous months, History Pack is not a product for players. It's a product in the English-speaking world for card stores who feel they've been burned by either LSS or Channel Fireball to take a small risk and put something on their shelf that is Flesh and Blood. And it is a product in the non-English-speaking world to bring Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, and Crucible of War into the non-English speaking world in an efficient way. So I'm not really concerned that History Pack Volume 1 is selling poorly compared even to Uprising, but I think it's important to just understand those kind of caveats on that. So, going forward, I haven't heard anything yet about the next release of Flesh and Blood. We're only about 5 or 6 weeks after the previous release, and LSS kind of does a more casual schedule for release. They seem to be wanting to do 3 main releases a year, and maybe we'll start seeing one history pack every year that reaches back an extra year on the calendar. So the next one we should expect would be Monarch, Tales of Aria, and Everfest, but we should expect to have to wait about 10 or 11 months from now to get those. So that would make a lot of sense to kind of establish that as the release schedule going forward. And, I don't expect a lot of this to improve price-wise in the next couple of months. Again, I think the macro picture is going to remain weak. I think that a lot of people who had discretionary money to buy extra boxes of anything and put them back in the closet, everyone's getting pinched by inflation right now. And so I expect the prices to remain soft. And if you want to front run everyone else by buying while the prices are low right now, you'll do very well in the long term, but you'll be the lone voice of reason in the woods in the meantime. Let me know what you guys think. I'll keep doing this every month until it stops being interesting. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade and join the Patreon. Thanks a lot.